Joining us now out of Ontario, Canada is Jason Unruhe, political commentator. Hello, Jason. It's a pleasure to have you back on the program. Now, many are surprised that Sessions lasted as long as he did. Many thought from day to day, month to month, after that initial recusal, Trump was going to fire him. But a lot of people told Trump not to do it, that it's going to look really bad on his administration. Your thoughts, please.
Well, they're definitely right. Simply firing a guy because he did the right thing in removing himself in a conflict of interest is really not the right thing to do in this situation, and would make you appear as someone who didn't really stand for credibility, honesty, and integrity, which does kind of describe U.S. President Donald Trump and his administration thus far. Many are surprised that Sessions did last this long. For a long time, he had resisted Trump's influence in trying to interfere in the Mueller investigation, which everybody is fairly certain that's what he wanted Sessions to do. So I am surprised that he lasted this long, but also kind of surprised that but also kind of not surprised that he resigned. I mean, I'm sure Trump made it very clear to him that he was going to ruin his job or something like that in order to make him resign. I mean, there has to have been some kind of threat, or Trump had something on him, or Trump's administration was going to do something to his job in order to make him step down. I think that technically, Sessions wasn't fired. He stepped down. He wasn't forcibly removed by the president. So I suppose this is his way of making some kind of concession on his part. The guy wasn't fired, but he was certainly forced to step down in this situation. I mean, this signals something very interesting, that the incoming Attorney General has been very critical of the Mueller probe, and it seems like this is something that Trump is going to use to interfere in the Mueller investigation. Many people suspected that Mueller was going to come down with an indictment sometime soon. Some of them even suggested that it was going to be today, the day after the midterm election, when the Democrats ended up having control of the House. But as we can see, that has not been the case. I think that Trump suspects that the Mueller indictment may be coming very soon, or the results of the investigation are coming very soon, and he wants something to hold over Mueller in this kind of situation. And I think this new Attorney General might be the person to do that. At the very least, he can stick his nose into what Mueller is doing and try to get information back to Trump, to act as kind of an informant, but everybody knows that he is an informant.
And it's funny you should say that, because, we heard Sessions, the last row they had, say that Department of Justice, quote, will not be improperly influenced. He was referring to the U.S. president, though he didn't name specifically say that. He also said another time, as long as I'm in charge, that political considerations will not sway our work here at the DOJ. Is that what Trump, in essence, wants? He wants a puppet there in there as Attorney General that politically considers what the U.S. president wants him to do.
Oh, absolutely. This is definitely Trump interfering in the whole investigation. Essentially, Jeff Sessions did the right thing by recusing himself from the whole thing because of a conflict of interest. Mueller himself, that while being a Republican, is more loyal to the letter of the law than he is to the Republican Party, and that was probably the best combination that we could have expected inside the government with Trump as president to deal with that situation. Both men, one who showed honesty by staying out of it, and the other by ruggedly adhering to the law and playing things very close to the chest, not leaking things, not letting informants get a hold of information. And that was something that Trump found unacceptable. Trump has always felt that as the president, he has complete and total control over everything. He should dictate how everything goes. He should know absolutely everything that goes on. This is his style of doing business, but this isn't business. This is politics. This is being the leader of the country. He is not the owner of the country. He is a public servant, and this seems to be something that he really doesn't understand. He feels that he is some kind of totalitarian leader that can remove anybody who just doesn't bend to his will.
And Jason, before you let it go, in less than 30 seconds, he attacked the guy's character time and again, his name, his level of competence. Why keep him around? I mean, and the guy's a pretty distinguished guy. I mean, he's been doing this for over 50 years. He's 70+ years old. Why belittle the man over and over again? Attack his, his name, his everything that Sessions stood for, instead of just getting rid of him.
Well, frankly, that's very much Trump's personality. He's very petty, and he does take to calling people names. Like, we recall him mocking a disabled reporter during the election. If he's willing to mock the disabled, then mocking political opponents is not beyond his reach. I think that this is very reflective of Trump's personality and the way that he runs the country. If an idea pops into his mind, if he feels jilted or slighted by something, he's going to come with an insult to someone who is a professional, and this is a very unprofessional conduct, and frankly one of the most unpresidential presidents that has ever existed.
Thanks for joining us and for your perspective there, Jason Unruhe out of Ontario, Canada, political commentator.